Hey guys, welcome to Think About It Reviews, and we are reviewing the Boxtrolls. And the Boxtrolls is a stop motion kids animation film, and it is directed by Graham Annaball, Anthony Stacchi, starring Isaac Hempson Wright, Eli Fanning, Ben Kingsley, Toni Collette, Jared Harris, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. I don't know if you heard me. Nick Frost. Well, anyway, let's get right into it. Basically, you think the story is about a young boy who we follow and is raised by Boxtrolls. That's part of the story, but really the story is all about Ben Kingsley's villainous character, and that is Archie. And Archie actually is not that much of a villain if you think about it, but oh no, I digress. Pretty much Archie wants to be in a social club, and the only way to do that is basically he's in the poor and he wants to be with the rich. And Lord Portly, who runs the town and rules the town, he has his little gathering. He has his little table where he invites all the rich and they eat cheese and talk about rich stuff. Well, guess what? Archie wants that, and he wants their white hats. That's right. Lord Portly and all the rich have white hats, and Archie wants one of those. Well, anyway, Archie makes a deal with Lord Portly that, hey, if I take out all these Boxtrolls and I exterminate them, you will allow me to wear a white hat and you will invite me to the table with all the rich so we could discuss things over cheese. That's simple as that, actually. As we learned, though, in the very beginning, these Boxtrolls are not the monsters that a lot of people think. They do not really kill or destroy stuff. They're not the gremlins that you feed after midnight. No, damn it, they're not. Really, though, they're weenies. They're weak. No, I'm just kidding. The Boxtrolls are actually scavengers, and they like to just pretty much take things from doors and wagons. They like to steal. I guess that's bad. Well, pretty much they're scavengers, and they build stuff. They're inventors. So that are the Boxtrolls. And when they are feel threatened or people are going after them, they hide in their shells. They hide in their boxes, their own little shells, their safe place. Or they will run and go back to their underground home, which is beneath the sewer, which is actually really neat because a lot of the stuff that they take, they build underneath. Like they make their homemade clocks, they invent stuff, they listen to music, and it's actually there's a pretty awesome part that they do with their boxes, and they do a lot of stuff with their boxes, which is very imaginative, a lot better than Green Lantern did. There's a lot of stuff they do with their boxes that is really cool. Like they use their boxes to their advantage. But like I said, we do follow a young boy who is taken in by the Boxtrolls when he was a baby. When he was a baby, and he's taken in by a Boxtroll named Fish, and Fish names the little boy Eggs, and they have that father and son type of relationship. And I gotta say, the thing that works about this film is the characters. The characters are so great, especially Fish and Eggs. Fish and Eggs, those two, you really sympathize with them. You want them to like succeed, and you love that father and son type feel that they're giving you, and it is great, especially in the beginning when Eggs is growing up. It's very heartwarming. And so when Fish gets taken away and Eggs tries to go rescue him, you're pulling for Eggs to rescue Fish, because Fish is just what's great about these Boxtrolls is they don't talk. They don't speak English. They talk. They show their emotion, or they'll beat on their chest, or they'll try to interact with you. And the only person who really knows what they're saying is Eggs, and he has to pretty much be interpreter, whoever doesn't understand what the Boxtrolls are saying. So it's great that these Boxtrolls do not say English. They're actually showing what they mean, whether it's eating bugs, playing with bugs, or doing all that stuff. But let's get on to the villain of this film, which the villain really in this film is social status and discrimination. Those are the two villains in this film, because you know what? We have to give a human form to a villain. I guess that's Archie. But honestly, you sympathize with this villain, Archie. You understand why he wants to be up there with eating cheese with these, rich folks. He just wants to be one of them. He wants to be looked at as kind of a hero, that he means something to this world. So you really do sympathize with Archie, even though you don't agree with some of the stuff he does throughout the film. But he is a very great character because he's in that gray area. And when him and his motives and stuff. It is what it is. It's pretty bad, but I do come off as really liking how Ben Kingsley handled that character, because every time this guy was on screen, I mean, was just great. And let's talk about the stop motion animation. The stop motion animation was awesome. The cinematography was great. I can nitpick and say, oh, there's only like one scene where there's actually a little stutter moment, but other than that, the stop motion animation was great. And like I said, the cinematography, the way these characters move through the dark, because these box trolls, they come out at nighttime. They never come out in the day. So when those night scenes come along, it's just very lit, very those half shades going on, especially when we meet the character Winnie, when Winnie meets Eggs. That was a great scene cinematography wise. And I thought overall the score too fit this movie quite well. I'm not going to really remember the score, but it did fit the movie and it made it progress even better. And I got to say, the editing in this film was great. It didn't feel too long. It didn't feel too short. It felt just right. And maybe that's one of the problems of this film, is that it's not a multiple viewing kind of film. It's pretty much a one showing kind of deal, and your little kids, like 5-year-olds, their attention spans they're probably not going to stay with the film throughout, because Madagascar has a better shot of doing that. But the older kids are really going to appreciate this film and what it is, because the humor in it is not all in your face. It's really low key. It's really that British kind of humor that actually works really, really great in this film. So all in all, the characters were great. The cinematography was great. The editing was great. This film was great. And the callbacks in this film were awesome. I loved the callback towards the end. But all in all, this film was actually quite a surprise. I can't really nitpick at anything really. I can't say it was the greatest film in the world, because maybe you do feel fatigued towards the end. But all in all, I thought it was a great ride, great film for your kids. I mean, when I went into the theater, the marketing wasn't, going into this movie, the marketing wasn't that great. And it showed. There wasn't that many kids, there wasn't that many families in this showing. But you know what? It is something that I highly recommend you guys go watch. And if you know it, I know you're sitting down there, you're thinking about, should I go watch this? And if you don't, I have 2 other suggestions for you. There's one, James and the Giant Peach, a nostalgia film back in the day. That is a great film. And then also, I was going to say Chicken Run, but I'm going to have to go with... No, I'll go with Chicken Run. Chicken Run, it does have that somewhat of the humor, that adventurous too. So look that up. So I recommend those 2 films, James and the Giant Peach and Chicken Run. Go look at it. It's stop motion animation. It has that little kind of British kind of humor too. James and the Giant Peach is one of the all-time classics. While Chicken Run is a very underrated film. It was actually quite a great film, and that stars Mel Gibson as the voice of the main lead. All in all, highly recommend the Boxtrolls. Like I said, one-time deal, not multiple showings, but it was a great film, and it really had heart to it, and it really had a lot of good things going for it, and it just overall was a great film. There wasn't too much to complain about. So let me know what you guys think about it. Are you guys going to go watch this? Are you guys not going to go watch this? Are you guys going to go watch Denzel kick ass? Let me know, and I will see you guys next time. So grab a seat, get some good popcorn to eat. I'll see you at the movies.